Paper number 678, question number 66 to 70. Now in this 66 to 70, what is the information given here? It is based on input and output, isn't it? Now 5 questions were given on this one, input and output. First, finalize the logic in this one. A word and number arrangement machine, when given an input, line of words and numbers arranges them in a particular pattern. Then, first, we need to find out the logic in this one. In order to identify the logic, we need to compare step, input and the final output. Yes, tell me what is the output in this one? Now the output is step 6. Total we have some 6 words and 6 numbers, isn't it? 6 words and 6 numbers, in total 12 elements. 6 steps are there. That means in each step exactly 2 elements are arranged. Then coming to these numbers here, 93, 82, 60, 45, 37, 24. That means all the numbers are arranged in the descending order and followed by the words, resource, isn't it? Next one. And step 6, resource, brother, energy, music and note. Yes, what is the order in this one? What is the order they have followed in this one? Now R, B, E, M, N, F. Any answer to this one here? Now if you observe here, number of letters in this word. Now in this resource, how many letters are there in this one? 8. Next one is how many? 7. Next one we have some 6 letters. Next one 5 letters. Next 4 and 3. Now these words are arranged according to the number of letters in the given word, in the descending order of the number of letters in the given word. Then, now we need to identify the pattern followed in this one, and in order to identify the pattern, compare input with step 1. Then tell me which element has been arranged at the first place here. Now 81 is here, 81 is here, but as in the final output, this 81 is replaced with 82. That means plus 1. To each of these numbers, one number is added. Now to this 23, 23 plus 1, 24, and 59 plus 1, 60, and 44 plus 1, 45, and so on. And to each of these number, one number is added. Then coming to these words here, now resource and words will be as it is. Then, now first 24 is coming to the first place. That means the least number among this one, 23 plus 1, 24, arranged in the first place. Then, what happened to the word here? Now the word for also arranged at the second place. That means these two. From there onwards, see here, and in step 2, these two words shifted to 3 and 4 places, and in step 3, they were shifted to 5 and 6, next shifted to 7 and 8, next shifted to 9 and 10, finally they were shifted to 11 and 12. And after this one, the next number to 27 is what? 36, and 36 plus 1, 37, and 3-letter word, next 4-letter word. Then these two word elements will be shifted to the next place, then next number, and the next word, and so on. Done? Now these 5 questions are based on the same pattern. Then question number 71 to 75. Now in this 71 to 75, tell me what is the information here? 9 people, A, B, P, Q, R, S, W, X and Y, work for 9 different companies. And the companies are HDC, ATL and so on, 9 different companies. And each of them works in either of the 3 departments. How many people are there? 9 people, and they are working in only 3 departments. That means more than one person is working in each of these departments. And it comes under which category? Common parameter. As it comes under common parameter, now we have to divide this one according to the parameter. Yes, what is the parameter which is common here? The departments, accounts, sales and HR. Accounts, sales and HR are the departments which are common here. Then, each of them works in either of the 3 departments of a company, accounts, sales and HR. At least 2 people work in each of the given departments. How many people? At least 2. At least 2 means minimum is 2. Then, now here how many are there? 3 departments. This is accounts. Next one is what? Next one is sales. Accounts, sales. And next one is HR. Now these are the 3 departments. 9 people are working in these 3 departments, isn't it? Minimum 2 persons must be there. and maximum not given, isn't it? Maximum could be anything, but as 2 is there, the maximum is what? 2 plus 2 plus 2, 6, and in one of this one, maximum it can be 5, it cannot be more than 5. Then R works in the same department as the one who works for HTC. Now R and the one who works for HTC are in the same department, R and HTC. That means R cannot be HTC. Are you following this one or not? And next one, R neither works in sales nor in Airtel. R neither works in sales, R cannot be here, nor in Airtel. Hence R cannot be Airtel. Hence write down Airtel and put a cross. And next one, Q works in accounts department. Now Q works in accounts department, clearly specified, and but not for HDC. Now this Q is not working for HDC. Hence write down HDC and put a cross. And but not for HDC. The one who works for Airtel works in HR department. Now the one who works for Airtel works in HR department, isn't it? The one who works for Airtel works in HR department. Only 2 people work in the department in which A works. Now the department in which A is working, there must be only 2 people. That means in one of the department there are only 2 people, and the remaining 7 people should be distributed between the remaining 2 departments. Only 2 people work in the department in which A works. A and X works in the same department. As A and X works in the same department, only these 2 people must be in that department. As tell me, where should this A and X? Can A and X be in accounts department? No. Why? Because Q is already there and there is no other person working along with this A and X. Hence A and X cannot be in the accounts department. Hence A and X can be either in HR or in sales. Done? The next one. Neither A nor X works for Airtel. As neither A nor X works for Airtel, hence A and X cannot be in HR as well. Then what is the only thing left over here? A and X are the only 2 people in this sales department. Done? And the remaining 7 persons must be in accounts and HR. And Q and the one who works for KFC work in the same department. As Q and the one who works for KFC, now KFC and Q must be in accounts department. And next one, R does not work for KFC. R does not work for Airtel, and R does not work for KFC. R does not work for KFC. Next one. And B works for Infosys, but not in the same department as Q. Now B cannot be in accounts department. B cannot be in sales as well. Hence B must be HR. And this B is working in company Infosys is also clearly given, isn't it? B works in Infosys. And next one, W and S work in the same department. Now this W and S are working in the same department. W and the one who works for HDC do not work in the same department. Now HDC do not work in the same department. Tell me, where should this HDC be? Where is HDC? Is HDC be in the accounts department? No information. Maybe in the accounts department or maybe in the HR. If HDC is in accounts department, then this W and S must be in HR. Or HDC is in HR department, W and S must be in accounts department. Are you following this one or not? Now sir, here Q is not working in HDC doesn't mean that this HDC person is not working in accounts department. Or at the same time we cannot say that HDC person is working in accounts department. Isn't it? Q అయితే HDC కాదని ఇచ్చాడు అది ఒక్కటే. మరి HDC అనేవాడు అకౌంట్స్లో ఉన్నాడా వేరే దగ్గర ఉన్నాడా ఆ ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ మనకు లేదు. Then next one, W and S work in the same department. W and the one who works for HDC do not work in the same department. Hence W and these 2 persons are not working in the HDC department. అంతే కదా? Next one, do not work in the same department. S works for neither KFC nor Airtel. Now this S is neither KFC nor Airtel. S is not working for KFC and Airtel. Next one, P does not work for HDC. Now this P is not working for HDC. P is not working for HDC, and the one who is working for IBM and Mercedes work in the same department. As who are those 2 people? One is IBM and the another one is Mercedes. Now these 2 persons are working in the same department. IBM and Mercedes are working in the same department, and X neither works for IBM nor Mercedes. As X neither works for IBM nor Mercedes, and this IBM and Mercedes cannot be in the sales department, isn't it? Because only two persons were there. As only two persons were there, X is neither IBM nor Mercedes, and this X must be in some other department. Then Mercedes and IBM must be together, then we'll have three persons from sales. That will be ruled out. Hence, A and X, this IBM and Mercedes cannot be in the sales department. Hence, IBM and this one can be either in accounts or in HR. Then, Q does not work for, now this Q is not working for IBM. Now, Q is not working from IBM, R works for Dell. As R is working for Dell, R, tell me where should this R be? R is working for Dell, R cannot be in this one, isn't it? R who is working for Dell, neither Airtel nor KFC not required because R clearly specified, R is working for Dell. As R is working for Dell, R can be either accounts or this one, and A does not work for Bata, and A is not working for Bata. As A is not working for Bata, and Bata is ruled out. Done? And this is what the information we have. Then, tell me where can we fix this IBM and Mercedes? IB and Mercedes. Now, if you keep this IBM and Mercedes at this place, isn't it? Now, we are taking one possibility. If IBM and Mercedes is here, IBM and Mercedes. If IBM and Mercedes are here, then Airtel, Infosys, IBM and Mercedes in this place, then W and S must be where? Now, this W and S must be here, and this W and S are not working in HDC. W is not working in HDC, S is not working in HDC, Q is also not working in HDC. Now, this first is KFC. Hence, there is no place for left for this HDC at all. Because here 4 persons I picked already. Here there are 2 persons, 6. Now, we need to have only 3 persons here. Out of these 3 persons here, now W and S. Now, these W and S are not working in HDC, and W and S of now W and S must be in HR only, isn't it? Why in HR? Because if you take W and S, then R must be where? R must be here. Ante kada? Ikkada manam W and S తీసుకుంటే ఇక్కడ మనకు R రావాలి. Because ఇక్కడ R వచ్చే ఛాన్స్ లేదు మనకి. Why R cannot be here? Because R works in Dell. Then 5 persons will be at this place, isn't it? If R is here, then R will be at this place. If R is at this place, then W and S will be here. Then who are the other persons? And S neither KFC nor Airtel, and R is Dell. R and HDC are working in the same. R and HDC are working in the same. That means here he is talking about 2 different persons, R and HDC. R cannot be HDC. R cannot be HDC, Q cannot be HDC, and this person KF. And HDC cannot be here because already 4 were there, isn't it? Hence, what can you infer from this one? W and S cannot be at this place. Follow the hence, where should this W and S? And this IBM and Mercedes cannot be at this place. If IBM and Mercedes cannot be here, now these persons IBM and Mercedes must be here, and R must be where? R and HDC must be in the HR department. Done with this? Now, R and HDC are in the HR department. Now, this is IBM and Mercedes, IBM and Mercedes. Then, R and HDC at this place. R is in what? R is working in Dell, clearly given. Now, we have fixed this R and working in Dell. If R is working in Dell, then tell me the other person. Who is the other person here? HDC. And there are 4 persons in this. If R and HDC here, then whatever is W and S, can W and S be at this place? No, W and S cannot be HDC. Both these 2 persons cannot be HDC. Hence, W and S must be IBM and Mercedes in any order. అవునా కదా? ఈ 2 ప్లేస్లో W and S రావాలి. Now, W and S. As W and S in this one, now cannot be HDC, W and S, and W and S. S is not KFC. As S is not KFC, W must be KFC. Done? S, who is the person left over here? W and S. S must be here. And this S is in which one? S is in S. What is the other thing left over here? And this Q cannot be IBM. As Q cannot be IBM, IBM and Mercedes is here, and this S is IBM. if S is IBM and Q must be Mercedes. Done? We have done with these three people. Then next one, Airtel, Infosys, Dell and HDC were done. 3 plus 4, 7, and this A is not Bata. And so who is working in Bata here? X is working in Bata. If X works in Bata, then what is the other company left over? Only one more company that is left over, that is Camlin. And this A is working in Camlin. Done? A working in Camlin, Mercedes, KFC, IBM, Camlin, Bata, Airtel, Infosys and so on were done. Then what is the other thing left over here? Now who are the persons left over? Now we are left with B and P. Now this P is not working in, now P is not working in HDC. HDC and PP is not working in HDC, hence P is working in Airtel. If P is working in Airtel, then Y is working in HDC. Clear now? This is how these 9 persons are working in 3 different companies, and at least 2 persons from each of this one. Then question number 71. Now in this 71, 4 out of the following. 4 out of the following is nothing but an odd man out. And Q and IBM. Q and IBM are working in the same department. X and Camlin working in the same department. And B and HDC working in the same. And P and Mercedes, these 2 persons are not working in the same department. Then what about this one? 5, choice 5, R and HDC. R and HDC, they are working in the same department, except choice 4 and in the remaining choices. Now these 2 persons are working in the same department. Then question number 72. And which of the following statements is true? A works in HR department, that is false. The one who works for Camlin and Y work in the same, that is false. And 3, choice 4, W and B working in the same, W and B, false. And Q works for Mercedes, that is definitely true, choice 5. 72, choice 5. Then 73. And which of the following combinations is correct with respect to the given arrangement? Y Camlin, that is false. S Mercedes, that is again false. X Bata, definitely true, choice 3. 73, it is choice 3. Then next one, 74. Now in this question number 74, who among the following works for IBM? Yes, tell me who among the following works for IBM here? Yes, that is choice 3. Then question number 75, which of the following combinations represent the department and company in which W works? W works in KFC, W works in KFC, that is accounts department, choice 5. And this is about question number 71 to 75. Then 76 to 80, now these 5 are based on syllogisms. Conclusion logically follows. All statues are marbles, all these statues are marbles. And next one, some clays are marble, clay and marble. All paints are statues, all paints are statues. Now these are statues and these are paint. All paints are statues, all statues are marbles. Some clays are marbles. First conclusion, all statues are clays, that is false. And second one, some marbles are paint. Some of the marbles are paints is definitely true. Hence, what is your answer? Only 2 follows. Only 2 follows, that is choice 5. Then 77. Now in this question number 77, all gadgets are junks. All these gadgets are junks, and no mail is a junk. No intersection between mail and junk. And all junks are spams. All the junks are what? All junks are spams. Then first one, no mail is a gadget. Mail and gadget, no intersection between these 2. Some spams are malls. This is false. Then first conclusion, no mail is a gadget. Now in order to make this one false, now we need to prove some of the mails are gadget. Is it possible to draw mail and gadget like this? If you draw mail like this, then only this conclusion can be false. But yes, we cannot draw like this one, because if you draw like this, no mail is a junk will be false. Alternate diagram cannot be drawn. This will be true forever. Hence only 1 follows, only 1 choice, 3 is the answer. Then question number 78. Now in this 78, some hazards are fictions. Some of the hazards are fictions can be written like this, hazard and fiction. some hazards are fictions, and some vigils are hazards, some of the vigils are hazards, and some pellets are fictions, some of the pellets are fictions. Then first one, all hazards can never be, and second one is a positive. Now all hazards can never be should be written as, now can never be stands for what? It is negative possibility. All hazards or pellets is not possible. Here his claim is all these hazards cannot be pellets, isn't it? All hazards or pellets is not possible. Hence, now we need to check out all hazards or pellets is possible or not. If it is possible, his claim is that not possible will be wrong, isn't it? వాడు ఏమంటున్నాడు చెప్పండి, ఈ హజార్డ్స్ అన్ని ప్యాలెట్స్ అవ్వవు అన్నాడు, అవ్వకపోవచ్చు అన్నాడు. కనుక మనం ఏం చేయాలి చెప్పండి, అవుతున్నాయా లేదా చెక్ చేయాలి. మనకైతే వాడు అవ్వదు అనేది తప్పు అవుతుంది, అవ్వకపోతే వాడు చెప్పింది ట్రూ అవుతుంది. అంతే కదా, అంతే కదా. నెగిటివ్ పాసిబిలిటీ ఉంది కదా అని దానికి మళ్ళీ ఆల్టర్నేట్ డయాగ్రామ్ డ్రా చేయకూడదు. Done with this? No necessity to draw an alternate diagram in the case of a negative possibility. And then next one. Now this is again a possibility. Now all the statements are affirmative statements. Hence for this one we can write it as a single. W equals to H equals to F equals to P. Now in this one what I have proven? All hazards or pellets is possible. His claim not possible is wrong. Now the second one, all vigils or fictions is possible. Hence what is your answer? Only 2 follows. Done with this? Only 2, that is given in choice. Only 2 or only 1? Only 2. Only 2 choice 5. Done with this? Then question number 79. No figure is disk. No intersection between figure and a disk. No figure is disk. Next, some figures are threads. No figure is disk. Some figures are threads. No knot is a thread. No knot is a thread. No intersection between these two. Then first one, all knots or figures is a possibility. And first one is a possibility we can work out outwards. Second one, some disk or not thread. No disk is a thread. Some disk or not thread is also true. Now in order to make this one false, now we need to prove it's complementary. What is the complementary? All disk are threads. Now we have to draw this disk like this. All these disk are threads. Is it possible to draw like this or not? Yes. Hence alternate diagram proven. Previous conclusion will be false. Then coming to this possibility, all knots or figures is possible. All knots or figures, tell me whether I can draw these knots like this or not. Knots should not be intersected with thread. Now without intersecting with thread, I can write like this. Hence first one is true. Hence only conclusion 1 is true. That is choice 1 is the answer. Done? Then next one, 80. Now in this question number 80, 80th. No crown is bell. No crown is bell. No intersection between these two, crown and bell. No crown is bell. Next one. No crown is bell. All stamps are crowns. All stamps are crowns. No crown is bell. Some patches are bells. Some of the patches are bells. Then first conclusion, no bell is a stamp. No bell is a stamp true. And second, all crowns or patches is possible. Second one is a possibility. Then first one, no bell is a stamp. In order to make this one false, now we need to prove some of the bells are stamps. Now tell me, is it possible to draw like this or not? Some bells are stamps? No. Because if you draw bell like this, then no bell is, crown will be false. Hence it is not possible. It will be true forever. Then all crowns or patches is a possibility. Now tell me, all these crowns or patches possible or not? All crowns or patches means now these patches should be written like this. Is it possible to draw like this or not? Yes. Hence what is your answer? Both the conclusions follow. Both 1 and 2, and it is given in choice 1. Question number 80, choice 1 is the answer. Clear now? 76 to 80. Then 81 to 85. Now question numbers 81 to 85. These 5 are based on 8 family members A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H are seated around a circular table facing the center. Their decreasing order of age is also given, decreasing order of their ages. Now who is the eldest person? Grandfather. Next one is grandmother, son, daughter-in-law, son-in-law, daughter, grandson and granddaughter, isn't it? Now here, as the ages were clearly specified, the hierarchy, the order, then grandfather is the eldest person, we can take it as 1, grandmother is 2, and son is 3, and daughter-in-law is 4, and son-in-law is 5, and daughter is 6, and grandson is 7, and finally granddaughter is 8. Done? We are representing them with the numbers. Then B sits third to the right of 36-year-old. Now whatever this B is seated third to the right of whom? Third to the right of 36-year-old. Now all the persons are facing towards the center is clearly specified. Now 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, 6, 7, 8. Now B sits third to the right of whom? Third to the right of 36. If 36 is here, 1, 2, 3, B must be here. Are you following this one or not? B sits third to the right of 36-year-old. The grandmother is an immediate neighbor of B. Grandmother is an immediate neighbor of B means as grandmother. What is the number given to this grandmother? 2. Now this 2 is an immediate neighbor of B. 2 can be here or 2 can be here. How many possibilities? 2 possibilities. Now this is the reason why we have represented these persons with the numbering, because we cannot write each and every one in this space. The next one. Now in the second possibility, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, 6, 7, 8. If 36-year-old is here and B sits third to the right of 36, B will be here. And the grandmother is an immediate neighbor of B, grandmother is at this place. Done with this? Then afterwards, B sits third to the right of 36-year-old. The grandmother is an immediate neighbor of B. 3 people sit between grandmother and grandson. Now among these 8 persons, 3 persons is nothing but they are opposite to each other. Hence grandmother and who is the other person here? Grandmother and 7 are opposite to each other. Hence 7 can be here. And grandmother and 7 can be opposite, isn't it? 7 can be here, isn't it? How many possibilities we have? We have some 2 possibilities. And grandmother and 7 are opposite to each other, and 3 people between these 2. And E sits second to the left of 56-year-old. Now this E is seated second to the left of whom? Second to the left of 56-year-old. And the 56-year-old is not an immediate neighbor of 36. Now 56 cannot be here, cannot be here, isn't it? Now here also 56-year-old cannot be in these 2 places. And E sits second to the left of 56, and E is not an immediate neighbor of B. E is not an immediate neighbor of B. E cannot be here. As E cannot be here, 56-year-old cannot be at this place. Are you agreeing this one or not? If 56-year-old person is here, then this E sits second to the left of 56, but as E is not an immediate neighbor of B, hence 56 cannot be here. Are you following this one or not? Then next one. And again, E cannot be here as well. As E cannot be here, 56 person cannot be here as well. Are you following this one or not? Now let us take the different possibilities. Now 56 cannot be in which place? 56 cannot be here, isn't it? B, nothing has been said about this B. 56-year-old cannot be at this place, and 56 cannot be here 2 and 3, and here it is 36, 4 and 5 and 6. Now these 6 places were ruled out. Now we are left with only 2 cases. Then out of which, now can 56 be here or not? Tell me here. If 56 is here, then E and B must be at the same place. Is it possible? Not possible. Hence 56 cannot be here. Then what is the only possibility left for this 56? Triple E. Now B is 56. If B is 56 here, then if B is 56, then E sits second to the left of B. And E sits second to the left of 56-year-old. E sits second to the left of 56-year-old. Done? E is seated second to the left of 56-year-old. And one more possibility is also there. What is that one? 56 can be here at this place or not? If 56 is here, then E can be at this place, isn't it? E can be 36-year-old. Hence there are 2 possibilities in this one. Then coming to this one, now this 56 is not adjacent to this one, and at the same time, and E cannot be here. As E cannot be here, 56 cannot be here, E cannot be here, as E cannot be here, and 56 cannot be at this place. Are you following this one or not? And the next one. Then what is the other possibility we have? and E is not an immediate neighbor of B, as E is not an immediate neighbor of B, and now earlier we had discussed about this. Now once again, now regarding this 56, now this 56 let us represent with this yellow color. Now this 56 cannot be adjacent to whom? Cannot be adjacent to 36. Now this 56-year-old is not adjacent to 36. The 56-year-old is not an immediate neighbor of 36-year-old, hence 56 cannot be here. Then what is the other information we have? And E sits second to the left of 56, and this 56-year-old cannot be at this place as well. Are you following this one or not? And in these places. Then at the same time, and what is the other information here? E is not an immediate neighbor of B. As E is not an immediate neighbor of B, E cannot be here and E cannot be here. Are you following this one or not? As E cannot be at this place, then 56-year-old cannot be at this place because E sits second to the left of B. Are you following this one or not? Hence, now E cannot be, 56-year-old cannot be here, cannot be here, cannot be here, cannot be here, cannot be here. Now we are left with how many more possibilities? And 3 more possible. Now if 56 is at this place and E must be here also it is not possible. Are you following this one or not? Hence we are left with only 2 possibilities. What are those 2? Either B is 56 or now if B is 56, E will be here, or if here, E will be here. Isn't it? Then next one. E is not an immediate neighbor of B. Neither B nor the grandmother is 56. B is not 56. As B is not 56 here, now B is not 56. Here also B is not 56. And B is not 56 and grandmother is also not 56. Now in the second case, in this one, grandmother is also not 56. This case is also ruled out. Hence E cannot be here, E cannot be here. There is no place left for this one. The second case is completely ruled out. Done with this? Finally, we are left with only the first case. Are you following this one or not? Now we have finalized this 56 and E. Now tell me where should this E? E must be 36-year-old. E is 36-year-old. The next one. Now this E, 36-year-old means then whatever this E is the 7th position. 7th position means now that person is the grandson. 7th position we have given to whom? Grandson. Then E is not an immediate neighbor of B. Neither B nor the grandmother is 56-year-old. Only one person sits between E and C. Only one person sits between E and C. C, E and C and the granddaughter. Now who is that granddaughter here? C is the granddaughter. As C is the granddaughter, isn't it? Now this C cannot be 56 because now grandson is 36. This C must be lesser than 36. Hence this C cannot be 56. Hence where should this C? C must be here. Are you following this one or not? Then only one person sits between E and C. C the granddaughter. C the granddaughter means what is the number here? Number is 8. C is 8. Only 3 people between grandfather and 46. Now between grandfather and 46, 1 and 46 there must be exactly 3. That means these 2 persons are opposite. As these 2 persons are opposite, then what are the possibilities here? In this case it is not possible, this opposite is not possible and this opposite is also not possible. Hence B and opposite are this. These are 1 and 46. Isn't it? Again 2 possibilities. Then B is not the grandfather. B is not the grandfather and the grandfather is not an immediate neighbor of E. As grandfather is not an immediate neighbor of E, 1 cannot be here and 1 cannot be here and B is not the grandfather, B, 1 cannot be here. Hence tell me where should the grandfather be? Grandfather must be at this place only. Isn't it? Hence grandfather is 1. Now this 1 is here. Now 1, if number 1 is here and the age is 46, 1 and 46 are opposite to each other. Grandfather is opposite to whom? Opposite to 46-year-old. Grandfather is not an immediate neighbor of E and B is not the grandfather. Next one. Now 1 and 46 we have done with this one and E and 56. Whatever this E and 56, Between E and 56, there must be exactly one person who have used this information. The next one, H sits second to the left of, H sits second to the left of whom? Yes, no, before that one there is one more information. As many people sit between B and 46-year-old. Now between B and 46-year-old, how many person? There is only one person. As many people between B and 46-year-old as between B and 85-year-old. As B and 85-year-old means, now B and 46, B and 85, there must be only one person, hence where should this 85? 85 is the eldest person, that is a grandfather. Grandfather is 85-year-old. H sits second to the right of 85. H is seated second to the right of 85, H must be at this place. Done? H is seated second to the right of 85. H is a male, but not the son-in-law. H is a male, but this H is not the son-in-law. What is the number given to this son-in-law? Son-in-law is 5, isn't it? Hence H cannot be 5. H a male, but is not the son-in-law, and H is 32 years older than the grandson. H is 32 years older than the grandson. What is the age of this grandson here? 36. Grandson is what? Who is grandson? 7. 7 is 36. Now this person is 32 years elder, and 36 plus 32 is how much? 36 plus 32, 68. As who is 68-year-old? This H is 68-year-old. And H sits second to the right of 85. H is a male, but not the son-in-law. But not the son-in-law means 5 cannot be here. And as 5 cannot be here, then whatever this H cannot be the grandfather. And H cannot be the son-in-law. H cannot be the grandson. Hence H must be the son. And son's number is 3. Now for son we have given the number 3. Done? And son is 68-year-old, older than the grandson. Only 3 people between A and F. Between A and F we must have exactly 3 people. As A and F there are 3 people, tell me what is the only possibility we have? 85 and 46. That is the only opposite place. A is younger than F. A is younger than F, hence A is 46 and this F is 85. A and F. And D is older than G. As D is older than G and B is younger than A and G. Now this B is younger than both the persons A and G. As B is younger than both the persons A and G, then tell me what are the numbers left over here. 1 completed, 2 completed, 3 completed, isn't it? Then 3 completed. Next outwards, what are the other numbers left over here? 1, 2, 3 and 4. 8 is also completed. 8 is C. Then D is older than G. D is older than G. We have one more information here. D is older than whom? D is older than G. And B is younger than both A and G. Now this B is younger than G, as B is younger than both A and G, isn't it? Now this B is younger than both A and G. B is younger than both A and G. Hence A can be at any one of these places. Then tell me out of this, whatever this B here, and where should this be? Then, and this is what the information we have. Now out of this information, now let us write down the family tree. Now in this family tree, 1, this is 1 and this is 2, male and a female. Now these 2 persons are having 2 children. 1 is son, the number is 3, and married to whom? Married to a female, that is daughter-in-law, and this daughter-in-law's number is 4. Are you following this one or not? And this daughter-in-law's number is 4, and next one, this is 4, and this person is having a daughter as well, and daughter's husband. Daughter's husband is son-in-law. Now this son-in-law number is how much? Number is 5. Son-in-law number is 5. And next one after this son-in-law and wife, that means daughter is 6. Then 7 and 8. 7 is the grandson and 8 is this one. Are you following this one or not? And out of which, where is F? F must be at this place. We have pictured this F here, F, and A is 46-year-old, A is 46-year-old means this G and B, both these two persons must be lesser than this one. As A is 46-year-old, then tell me what should the position of this A? Where should this A be? Now H cannot be 5, isn't it? Now this H cannot be here. Then F is here. And who are the persons computed as of now? B, A is 46 and E is 36. Then now A cannot be at the position number 2, E cannot be position number 2, B cannot be position number 2, C cannot be. Now we are checking out who can be at position number 2, isn't it? That means B, F, A, B, C, E, F, D, R, G can be at position number 2, isn't it? Now between D, R, G, who is elder here? D is elder. As D is elder, and so D must be position number 2. Are you following this one or not? As D is elder here and D, and next one. Next we need to find out this A. As A is 46-year-old and 56-year-old is also there, and this person is 68. H is 68 means H is the son. As H is the son, and the next number to 56 is what? Next number to 56 is no. Whatever this G here, now this G is elder than B. As G is elder than B, then tell me where should this be? G is elder than B. Now this B is younger than both A and G. As B is younger than both A and G, then who are the daughters? E is 36-year-old. As E is 36-year-old, this person is 7, isn't it? 7 is 36-year-old, daughter will be lesser than that one, isn't it? And 7, now 36 is 7, and below this one there is 8, isn't it? That person is daughter. Then now we are left with 6, 5, and 3 and 4. And 4 is what? And what is the age of this one? 4. And H is 68. As H is 68, then whatever this 4 must be 56. And this 4 is 56. Now this person is 4th position. As this person is 4th position, then who can be at this place? G is at this place, because this G is greater than B, isn't it? As G is greater than B, and G is greater than A as well, because A is 46. As A is 46, and this 46 must be in the 5th and the 6th places, isn't it? More than 36, and 5th and the 6th places, and so this G must be the wife of H. As G is the wife of H, this person is 56-year-old, and this person is a female, and the next one is what? 46 is left over, and what is the other number left over here? 46, and B is younger than this person. As B is younger than this person, hence between these two, this person must be B, isn't it? Now this B is younger than whom? B is younger than this A, because A is 46, A. And the remaining two persons are what? Remaining two persons, son and daughter. Now these two persons, grandson and granddaughter. Now granddaughter is what? Now this B and H and E is 36. Now E is the grandson. Now that person we do not know, this E is the child of H or child of B, that information is not known. And this E, his position is 7. Then who is the person left over? B. B, a female, position number is 8. 8. Now 8 is C. Now 8 is C. Yes, 8 is C. As 8 is C, then B is already done. B is already. Hence, who is the person left over? C is 8. Now B is 6. Clear now? Now this is how these 8 persons are seated around this circular table. Now what is the age of C? The ages of these persons were not given. Then which of the following represent the possible age of B? Possible age of B means more than A, isn't it? And lesser than E. More than A means between, in between. More than A, more than 46, and in between 46 and 36. In between 46 and 36, tell me what is the answer here. In between 46 and 36, 42, that is choice 3. Then question number 82. Who among the following is the grandfather? Who is the grandfather here? F. F, that is choice 4. Then question number 83. Based on the given information, which are the following statements is true? Then A is 10 years younger than grandson. A is 10 years younger than grandson. What is the age of grandson? 36. A is 10 years elder than the grandson, but not the younger, isn't it? And choice 2 is ruled out. Then E is an immediate neighbor of G. E and G are immediate neighbors, that is false. Then what is the answer here? And G is younger than C. G is 56 and C is the youngest of among them. And D is possibly 80. D possibly 80, is it possible or not? Now this person is 85 and the next person is D. D at the second position can be 80. Hence choice 5. The next one, question number 84. Now in this 84, which of the following represents possible age of daughter-in-law? Now who is the daughter-in-law here? Son's wife, that is position number 4, that is G. And G is what? G is 56-year-old. G is 56, that is choice 5. And question number 85. And who among the following is possibly B35? Possibly B35 means the 7th position, that is grandson is 36. And younger than this grandson, granddaughter. And who is the granddaughter here? C. And C is, that is the granddaughter, that is choice 4. Now this is about question numbers 81 to 85. Then after this, question numbers 86 to 90. Now in this 86 to 90, tell me what is the answer here? Question numbers 86 to 90. A certain number of people are sitting in a straight line facing north. B sits out to the right of A. Now this B is out to the right of A. Now if A is here, 1, 2, and B sits out to the right of A. Next one, B sits out to the right of A. One person sits between B and F. One person sits between B and F. Tell me how many possibilities we can have? There are 2 possible. F can be here, or A blank blank B and F can be here. There are 2 possibilities. Done? Now only one person sits between B and F. C sits 6th to the left of F. C is seated 6th to the left of F. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. C is seated 6th to the left of F. And next one. Here C 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. C sits 6th to the left of C, left of F. C is 6th to the left of F and G sits out to the right of C. 1, 2, 3, G sits out to the right of C. 1, 2, 3, G sits out to the right of C. And next one. 8 people sit to the right of G. 8 people sit to the right of G. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 3 more persons. Only 8 people sit to the right of G. Here 1, 2, 3, 5 more persons are to the right hand side of this G. And J sits, 8 people, J sits third from the right end of the line. Now this J is seated third from the right end of the line. Now in this one only 3 people are there. Now J sits third from the right end of the line. 1, 2, 3, J is here. Now J is seated third from the right end of the line. Now out of these 5 persons, now this J is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. J sits third from the right end of the line. And more than 2 people sit between J and B. More than 2 people sit between J and B. In the first case, J and B are adjacent, that is ruled out. Now we are left with only the second case. Done with this? Now in the second case, more than J sits third, more than 2 people sit between J and B. And next information, more than 12 and less than 15 people sit to the left of J. Left hand side of J, more than 12, less than 15, and the number could be either 13 or 14. Either 13 persons to the left of J or 14 persons to the left of J. And K sits second from the left end of the line. As K is here, now this K is seated second from the left end of the line. As K is seated second from the left end of the line, then D sits third to the right of K. D is seated third to the right of K. 1 and D sits third to the right of K. K can be like this. And this is what the information we have. D sits third to the right of K. As D sits third to the right of K, now left hand side of J. As tell me how many people are there? Left hand side of J can be 13 or can be 14, isn't it? Now there are 2 possibilities in this one. Now let us check out whether it is 13 or 14. If it is 13, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 were already there, 10 and 11, then 12 and 13. If you take 12 and 13 like this, then D sits out to the right of K is not possible because C and D are at the same place. Hence 13 persons to the left hand side of J is not possible. Hence we need to have 14. As 14 persons are there, hence in between these two K and C, how many people must be there? We need to have 3. 1, 2, 3. Done? Out of which D sits out to the right of K. Clear enough? Then in this one, tell me how many people are there. What is the position of D with respect to A? Position of D with respect to A, second left. Now second left, choice 3 and 87. If N sits exactly between B and F, N is seated exactly between B and F. Now this is N, seated exactly between B and F. How many people sit between J and N? There are only 3 people between J and N, choice 3. Then 88. Now in this question number 88, if Y is an immediate neighbor of G, Y is an immediate neighbor of G, what is the possibility? Y is here. Then how many people sit to the right of Y? Right of Y, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There are 9 people to the right hand side of this one, choice 5. Then question number 89. Now in this 89, how many people are seated in the straight line? As tell me the total number of people here. Now left hand side of J 14, isn't it? And J is 15, 16 and 17. And in total we have 17 people, that is choice 3. Choice 3, it is 17. Done? Choice 3, 17 is the answer. Next one. And question number 90. How many people sit between B and K? Now between B and K, count the number of people here, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There are 7 people in between B and K. Choice 1 is the answer. Now this is about question numbers 86 to 90. Clear? Then 91 to 95. Then in this question number 91 to 95, now tell me what is information here. 7 boxes PQRS X, Y and Z are stacked one above the other. Each box is to be sent to a different place. Jaisalmer, Varanasi, Nasik and so on. And P is kept immediately above the box to be sent to Indore. P is kept immediately above the box that has to be sent to Indore, isn't it? And total we are having only 7. Now P is immediately above the box that has to be sent to Indore. Indore and P. Next one, only 3 boxes are kept between the one sent to Indore and Q. Between Indore and Q, how many boxes? There must be exactly 3. As there must be exactly 3 in between these two, isn't it? Now tell me what are the possibilities we can have for this P and Indore. Now here, P and Indore, let us take like this, P is here. If P is here, now this P is immediately above the box that is sent to Indore. Then 3 boxes are kept between Indore and Q. If Indore is here, Indore and Q, tell me how many boxes? 3. 1, 2, 3 and Q will be here. Indore and Q, there must be exactly 3. And what is the other possibility here? Indore is here and P is here, Indore and P. Then 3 boxes between Indore and Q, 1, 2, 3 and this will be Q. Are you following this one or not? There are 2 possibilities, either above this Indore is Q or below this Indore is Q. And only 3 boxes are to be kept between the boxes that are sent to Indore and Q. Indore and Q, there must be exactly 3. 3 boxes and Indore and Q, 3 boxes. Done with this? Indore and Q, 3 boxes here. Next one. Only 1 box is kept between Q and X. As 1 box is between Q and X, now X can be here or X can be here. How many possibilities? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Is it possible? X cannot be below this one. If X is below this one, then we are having 8 boxes, which is not possible. Hence, X cannot be below this one. Hence, 1 box between Q and X. Hence, X is exactly at this place. Then X must be at this place. Are you following this one or not? Then again coming to this one. Now Q is only 1 box is kept between Q and X. As one box is kept between Q and X, X can be here, or before this one, it is also possible, isn't it? Before this one, it is again possible. Hence, if you count this one 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, isn't it? That means Q and blank, blank, P, indoor, isn't it? Now between Q and X 1 and X can be like this, isn't it? And here X is at this place. Now Q is kept either at the top or at the bottom. As Q is either at the top or at the bottom, this cannot be the case. As this case is completely ruled out, now we are left with only this one. Now Q, in this case Q at the top, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. Here Q at the bottom 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Done? Now we can able to fix this one. Q is kept either at the bottom or at the top of this stack. Only two boxes are kept between X and the Varanasi. Between X and Varanasi there must be exactly 2, 1, 2, hence in this case, now this P is Varanasi, isn't it? Now this P box is to Varanasi. Now between, only two boxes are between X and Varanasi. X and Varanasi there must be exactly 2, and the box that is to be sent to Varanasi must be at this place, second from the bottom. And next one. And only 3 boxes are kept between Siliguri and Fatehgarh. Siliguri and Fatehgarh there must be exactly 3. The box that has to be sent to Siliguri is kept at one other position above Fatehgarh. And Siliguri is above this Fatehgarh, and in between these two there must be exactly 3, isn't it? Now Siliguri and Fatehgarh. Now tell me whether Fatehgarh can be here or not. Yes, Fatehgarh is here 1, 2, 3, this is Siliguri. Or can Fatehgarh be here? No. Hence Fatehgarh is not possible at any one of the places. Hence Fatehgarh is at the last 1, 2, 3, and this X is Siliguri. Done with this? Because only 3 boxes in between Siliguri and this one. And Fatehgarh and Siliguri, tell me where should this one? Now if Fatehgarh is here, 1, 2, 3, Siliguri is here, not possible. Fatehgarh is here, Siliguri and Varanasi must be in the same place, not possible. And this X is Fatehgarh. If this X is Fatehgarh, 1, 2, 3, and the topmost must be Siliguri. Done? The next one is kept, the box to be sent to Siliguri is kept one of the positions above Fatehgarh. R is kept immediately above Z. Now this R is immediately above Z. R is immediately above Z, and R is not to be sent to Varanasi. R is not to be sent to Varanasi. R is immediately above Z, the only possible, isn't it? R and Z can be like this. That is the only possible because R is not sent to Varanasi. Now in this one, R and Z. Tell me where can this R and Z be? R and Z. Now R is indoor, isn't it? R is indoor, and this will be Z. Follow avutuna leda? R and Z. And next one, R is kept immediately above Z. R is not to be sent to Varanasi. 2 boxes are kept between Z and Nasik. Between Z and Nasik there must be exactly 2. Now in this case 1, 2, Nasik and Siliguri must be in the same place, not possible. And this case is completely ruled out. Now we are left with one. Then between 2 boxes are kept between Z and Nasik. Z is here. Nasik 1, 2, Nasik cannot be here. Hence this Q is Nasik. Because there are 2 boxes between Z and Nasik. Clear? And S is kept at one of the positions below the box sent to OT. S is below OT. Hence where should this S? X is in between X and Q, isn't it? And OT is, this Z is OT. And S, P, R, Z, X, S, Q were done. Now we are left with Y, and Y is to Siliguri. Done with this? Then what is the other city left over here? Siliguri, Varanasi, Indore, Ooty, Fatehgarh, and Nasik, and S, what is the other city left? Jaisalmer. Now this Jaisalmer must be S. This S should be sent to Jaisalmer. Done with this? Now here we have not fixed the diagram. Why we have not fixed the diagram? Because the information, definite information is not given. X is second from the top or third from the bottom. That information is not given. As that information is not given, it is not possible for us to fix like this. Hence we are taking the information, taking the possibilities and eliminating the choices. Then how many boxes are kept between Z and the one to Jaisalmer? Z and Jaisalmer, tell me how many, there are only 2. There are only 2, that is choice 1. Then question number 92, which box is to be sent to? Only 1. Now in this one 91, how many boxes are kept between Z and Jaisalmer? Z and Jaisalmer, there is only one, that is X. X, that is choice 4. 91 choice 4. Then 92, and which box is to be sent to Nasik? Which is to be sent to Nasik? Q, that is choice 5. Then 93, if the weight of the boxes successively increases by 3 kgs from top to bottom, and box Z is 18. Box Z is 18, top to bottom they are decreasing, then which of the following is true? Now Z is what? Z is 18. If Z is 18, now this will be 21, and this will be 24, and this is 27, and below this 18 is 15, and below that one is 12, and below this one is 9. 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27. Top to bottom. Now, if the weight of the boxes successively increases by 3 kgs from top to bottom, increases from top to bottom. Now, increases from top to bottom, isn't it? Increases from top to bottom. Hence, this 18, after this 18 it must be 21, next one is this is 24, this must be 27, and before this 18 this is 15, and previously it must be 12, and this is 9. Then, which among the following is true? The box to be sent to indoor weighs 15, definitely true. 1 follows. Then, now we need to check out the combination. Only 1 is there, 1, 2 and 3, and 1 and 3. Now, if you check out 3, the box kept immediately above S weighs more than Z. S is more than Z. S more than Z or lesser than Z? S is how much? 24. Z is 18, and S is more than Z. 3 is also true. As 3 is also true, your answer could be either all or 1 and 3. Then the second one, all is given, all is not given, right? And so only 1 and 3, choice 5. Done? Choice 5 is the answer. Because we got the answer 1 is true. Now we are checking out combination with 1. Combination of with 1, only 3 is there, isn't it? Only 1 is also not, only 1 is there. Hence we have checked out for 3. Then question number 94. To which of the following cities is box Y to be sent? As Y is to be sent to what? Y is to be sent to Siliguri. That is choice 2. Then 95. 95 is based on alphabetical order. How many such pairs of letters? Weapons, WA, PO, NS weapons, each have as many letters between them. Then W, no letter more than this W. Next one E, F, G, H, I, J, A, B, C, D, E, P, Q, R, S. Now between P and S there are 2 letters. In the alphabetical order also we have only 2 letters. And next one O and so on. And next, and in the reverse order S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, N and O, isn't it? Next one N, O, P, and next one O and P, then more than 3, choice 5. Done? 95, it is choice 5 is the answer. N, O, O, P, and N, O, P, and P and S. Done? Hence choice 5 is the answer 95. The 96 to 100, as 96 to 100, coded inequalities, anyone please? No. Because the time is up, isn't it? Number series, no? Yes, question numbers please, number series. Now number series. Now in this number series, question numbers 31 to 35. Now 31 to 35. Now finding the next number in the series, isn't it? Yes, tell me the numbers please. 31 to 35 numbers. 32. Now question number 32. 1, 3, 21, 71, 169. Yes, tell me what is the difference between these numbers. 1 and 3, the difference is 2. And next one 3 and 21, the difference is 18. And next difference is how much? 50. And next difference is how much? And 16. Yes, next difference 98. 98 is the difference. Then what should be the next one? Yes, tell me what should be the next difference here? And 2 and 18, if you check out here the 16, next one is how much? 18 and 15. And here it is 18 and 15, 32. And here 50 and 98, it must be 48. Now 16, 32, 48, and the next difference must be how much? 64. Hence 98 plus 64 is how much? 98 plus 64, 160. Now next 160 should be added. 160 should be added to what? 169. 169 plus 160. Are you getting the answer or not? 7 saripinda? 162. 9 plus 8, 4. Hence 162. Now if you add 162 this one, 162 plus 169, the last digit is 1. Choice 4. Done? And this is about 32. Anything else? 33. Now question number 33, 9.8 blank, 10.6 and so on. Whenever there is a single decimal and multiply the numbers with 10, 98, 106 and 74 and 138. As tell me what is the difference between 106 and 74? 74, 26 and 6, here it will be. As what is the difference here? 26 and 6, here it is 32. Isn't it? 32 is the difference between these two numbers. Then if 32 is the difference, then what is the other difference here? And 74 and 138, here the difference is 64. 64, 32, previous one must be 16 and the previous one is 8. 98 plus 8 is how much? 106, and 106 plus 6, 98 plus 8, 106, isn't it? And next one, 98, now 64 divided by 2, 32, 32 divided by 2 is how much? 16, and 16 should be added. Okay? Now 64, here it is 64, here it must be 32, here it must be 16, isn't it? 16, here it must be 8. Now 98 and 8 is how much? 10.6, isn't it? Minus. Now here, now 74 plus, here minus, next one plus, next one is minus. 98 point minus is how much? 8, 9. If 9 is there, and 9 plus 16 is 10.6. Alternately addition and subtraction. And this is 33. Next. Anything else? 31 to 35. And the next is at 530.